This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com.
Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 12/13/21. So, FOMC meeting coming. What is a market speculator to do here, Nick? They've been kind of like a little down and out lately.
Well, you had a big rally on Friday, but the market gave it all back today. So, we have to just take into account that the big highly anticipated Fed announcement will be Wednesday. We'll see what Fed Chairman Powell has in store, but he has already signaled to the market a couple of weeks ago in a Senate Banking Committee hearing that he is going to accelerate the taper. So I believe he has to stick with it and do it. The rumor is that the current $15 billion taper is going to turn into $30 billion a month. And, that'll take the Fed probably about, I think it's about 4 or 5 months, and then we'll be done with tapering, and then they'll start to raise interest rates. So they tell us. So we'll see how it plays out. Either way, I think everybody's got to be a little bit on guard. This is an options X week. It's also a quad witch. So not only do you have the Fed on Wednesday, but throw the options X quad witch, which means you have 4 different asset classes set to expire this week. It should make for a volatile trading week, especially in the popular stocks. And we've seen a nice reversal day today in Apple. So just goes to show you, if you knew the system and you know that options X there, you wouldn't be holding Apple up here.
All right. What about Tesla? That's the bellwether stock for this phase of market mania.
Well, Apple is now was a stock that was going to $3 trillion. So I think today it was about 70 cents away, and then it reversed and actually finished negative on the day after having a big surge. So Apple really is the stock to watch, but Tesla got walloped today. That was down 5%, 50-point decline, finishing at $966 a share. And I think Tesla could very well go fill its gap going back to the 22nd of October. And that gap fill is around the 910 level.
All right. Well, it's all the Twitterati's fault because they voted for Musk to sell $15 billion worth of his stock. If he hadn't done that, might still be going higher, Nick.
Well, you never know, but I will say this much. If you take a look at the Tesla chart and just go back to when it was making that big parabolic type high, that goes back to November, it went as high as $1,145 a share. It went vertical, and anytime something goes vertical, it goes parabolic, it's got to come back in. So nothing terrible for Tesla here, but it's correcting a little bit, and it's working that overbought condition off. It could turn into something much, much bigger on the downside, but still, you got to get through that 900 area. That's still a big technical support area right now.
All right, so Bitcoin, it was looking weak today, and it broke that 52,000 level.
Yeah. And we talked about it, and 52,000 was the magic number, and you had a weak close on Friday, so there was a chance they could try to defend Bitcoin on Friday, but they did not. It closed below the 200-day moving average, which was around the 49,000 level on the futures. Today, Bitcoin sold off pretty sharply, finishing at around 46,500 on the futures. So I think Bitcoin is in some trouble here. Doesn't mean it won't have some bounces, but overall, I do think, we're going to probably see this go lower in due time. Not a good day for Bitcoin. And again, a weekly close down here just gives more power to the bears that want to sell it. So I'd be very, very careful if you're a Bitcoin holder at the moment.
All right. So what about precious metals today?
Yeah, gold hung in there today. So when it was all said and done, gold futures just up $2.50. It wasn't a big day by any stretch. Gold hung in there. It did not get beaten up. But, again, it's really not all that strong right now. I think gold is sitting on the sidelines waiting for the Fed announcement. If the Fed tapers, it shouldn't be a positive for gold. It would be more of a negative, in my opinion. I think gold is in retreat mode still, even if we do get some bounces. It has a lot of work to do before it becomes constructive. But ultimately, it's going to lead to a great buying opportunity down the road. So sit tight. It's tradable up and down, but it's not very constructive on the upside right now.
All right. Well, that is it for today. Make sure you go over to Nick's site, inthemoneystocks.com, see how he's been beating the averages for decades. The Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago 01, at Kerry Lutz. Your emails are always welcome at kl@kerrylutz.com. Nick, we'll talk to you on Wednesday, and we'll hopefully get a flavor for what the Fed says it's doing and what it's really doing.
Sounds good, Kerry.